Hi guys, another month is over, and honestly, this one tested my conviction more than any other this year. The portfolio went from panic to recovery, and somehow I actually ended the month feeling more confident than when it started. So, here's everything what happened in July. The wins, the mistakes, the new positions, and why I'm still holding the vibe. Let's start with the numbers. At the end of the month, my portfolio sits at around $6,300 plus or minus. The monthly performance, well, you can see it here, it's minus 4% almost. So, yeah, another red month. Nobody likes seeing that, especially when you're investing every month and trying to build something long term. A few days ago, things actually looked much worse. Let me, yeah, as you can see here, the portfolio dropped below $6,100. It was, yeah. At one point, I was down almost 6% for the month. So while minus 4% isn't exactly something to celebrate, recovering nearly 2% in just a few days definitely feels better than ending at the bottom. That's investing. Sometimes surviving is a win. This month I kept adding to the portfolio. The biggest new position was SK Hynix. Also, I sold my Apple share, locked in a nice profit. So, yeah, and moved the money into semiconductors. Why, you may ask? Because I still believe AI infrastructure is one of the strongest long term trends. Everyone talks about NVIDIA, but somebody has to make the memory chips. That's where SK Hynix comes in. I also added more shares of Kratos. Defense has been one of the sectors I continue to like. It's volatile, but I think there is still room to grow over the coming years. Overall, my portfolio is becoming more diversified while still leaning heavily toward technology. Because, yeah, my vibe apparently really likes semiconductor companies. I didn't sell much this month, actually, only a couple of positions. The biggest one was Apple. I sold one share and realized $74 in profit. Later, I also sold one share of Exxon Mobil. Nothing dramatic, just taking profits when I felt the move had already happened. In total, I made 15 trades this month, and despite the market being red, my realized profit was actually plus $125. That doesn't erase the unrealized losses, but it proves that sometimes taking profits early gives you capital to better opportunities in the future. Not everything was bad. Actually, Microsoft absolutely surprised me this month. Actually, at the end of the month, it became one of my strongest performers. Micron bounced pretty nice, as you may see here. Intel finally started showing some life again. Oh my god, why didn't I sell it earlier? But still, Kratos also reacted well after I increased my positions. It's funny how investing works. Sometimes you feel like everything is going wrong, and then a few stocks quietly carry the whole portfolio. And yeah, of course, there were losses too. SK Hynix is still below my average price. Some semiconductor positions remain under pressure. And yes, seeing red every day isn't exactly fun. But here's something I learned: a red position isn't automatically a bad investment. Sometimes it's simply an investment that's too early. Time will tell whether these decisions were smart or they'll end up in another episode of questionable decisions. Hopefully not. One thing that hasn't changed is the strategy. I still don't panic sell every day. I still invest 500 every month. I still pick individual companies, and yes, I still use vibe trading. Not because I think emotions predict markets, but because pretending emotions don't exist has never made sense to me. Ugh. I read the news, I research companies, I look at the charts, and then I ask myself one simple question: do I still believe in this company? And if the answer is yes, I hold. Sometimes that's right, sometimes it's completely wrong, as usual, but at least I'm honest with myself. So, yeah, that's July, and a bit of a weird month, some good trades, some painful ones, a few new positions, and another step towards the goal. The road to 1 million isn't supposed to look perfect. If it did, it wouldn't be real. Thanks for following the journey. Let me know in the comments what was your best trade response and what was your worst. I'll see you in the next update, and hopefully the vice will be greener in August, because in August is my birthday. So stay in touch.